Hi, Ben. Okay. So I guess since most of everyone here has probably used OpenClaw to some degree, I just wanted to have this as a quick, like, hey, what's the best way to set up your OpenClaw? How do I use it, and how to set it up perfectly? So yeah, this is week 3. So how do you turn OpenClaw into a business employee? So yeah, it's not a chatbot demo. It's particularly for OpenClaw. So what is OpenClaw? It's kind of like an open source agent framework. It runs locally and it can connect to you on Discord, WhatsApp, iMessage, Slack, and email. And yeah, I guess I'll just go through how I use OpenClaw. We just saw a message. Before I wake up every day, the agent kind of checks my calendar and it preps me for every meeting. I can show you guys exactly how it does it and how it looks. It triages all my emails and flags what matters. It tracks every relationship and reminds me who needs attention, what things I'm not doing, messages I haven't gotten back to. And it starts scheduling meetings and focus blocks just based on natural conversations I have with people. And it runs enrichment and research overnight. So it researches everyone I'm talking to and who I'm talking to at all times. So when it actually picks up people for the emails and meetings, it actually has relevant context. So yeah, I'll talk about the brain. Every conversation becomes knowledge for the agent. So all people, companies, and projects are all interconnected. And meeting notes from Granola are auto-captured and actually just sent over to the agent so it can recontext everything and put everything in a daily note. And relationships are tracked across all channels. So this is WhatsApp, my own personal messaging, so Discord, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatnot. Yeah. So this is all because I'm a pretty forgetful person and I don't want anything to ever be lost or forgotten. And I don't want to be like that, like end up 2 weeks later to a message that I should have responded to earlier. So yeah. And I guess this is the actual technology behind how it works, which is the deep wiki-linked memory. I'll show you guys a quick version of what this looks like in practice. The deep wiki-linked memory is basically every person, company, or project gets a living wiki file, and wiki files are interconnected between each other. So people are connected to companies can be connected to projects can be connected to meetings, and they're all interlinked. So if I want to pull up, let's say David, and I want to pull up David's file, I'll be able to get every single meeting I've been with David, any companies that are interlinked to David, and any projects that we've been to together. And then the way the agent is able to get this information is through something called Smart Search. Basically, you ask about the person, it opens their wiki file and everything that's linked to that wiki file. And the agent also writes back to the wiki after every conversation. And if there is a contradiction, which there might be, we flag it and fix it. And I can show you guys what this looks like in practice.
Question. What do you find is the main kind of difference between Claude Code and OpenClaw? Because I've been using Claude Code a lot more. What are some major differences? Because I'm just getting
Yeah.
more versed in Claude Code.
So I think Claude Code is more it's more like you doing it yourself. This is actually more like straight up delegation, running autonomously on its own. Claude Code, you still not kind of need to set up its command. You can set up scheduling now in Claude as well, but it's just another level of autonomy where I guess I'll put it this way. So this is the knowledge graph of everything my agent knows. So you know when I mentioned everything is interlinked.
Yeah.
So this is kind of what Claude Code can't really. It can't really replicate this, but basically each and everything is a node. So this is let's see.
That's crazy. Is this on what's the Obsidian?
This is Obsidian, yeah.
Okay.
So this is, let's just say this is the app connections. For connections, we can go through, this is what the wiki page would look like. Let me just close the properties, but I'll give you a brief outline of what it is, like the pivot, everything we've ever done with it, a status, infrastructure, whatever the current state is, and then our monetization plans, user feedback, whatever growth strategy is, it's all being continuously logged, and what our competitors are. And then it linked people. Now it says Resultant Labs. Who is this? And if I click into it, I would be able to go, oh, okay, Resultant Labs is this. This is what they do. This is their relationship, the context, and then there's a backlink here. And yes, see, it's not done perfectly here. So it says, oh, these they know Shaz and Yas, but it's not really linked to them. So it's not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I noticed this, I can go back and fix it, but it's something like that.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of what deep wiki-linked memory does. So basically it allows your agent to find a node. This is Amber's node, but yeah, it finds a node. You can get everyone's story, the timeline, and then the shared group. So you're able to get full kind of context on what the person is, and the agent is able to always have full context on your information.
Mm-hmm. And you use
And within,
Obsidian. And you use
yeah,
Obsidian to track all of this?
yeah. You can get this for Obsidian, I think $5 on Obsidian Sync. Um, you can do it for free as well, but the $5 version is just so you can sync it to your remote computer. But yeah. I've found that Obsidian's pretty much like Notion. So I had it set up. So this is like my homepage, my dashboard. I'll see what's coming up today, all our meetings, what needs attention, our projects, whatever. And then if I go to tasks, this is basically a full Kanban board of everything that I haven't done yet, what I have to do today, what I have to do this week, all my backlogs, all of this, and then what I've actually done.
How
Same
does it
thing.
know this, Goku? Like, is
Yeah,
it reading your notes or your
it's reading my
meetings?
messages. So every, I think I mentioned it's connected to Beeper. I think I told you last time.
Yeah, that was last time. Okay, good. I'm
Yeah.
like a part of the journey now.
Basically, it's like every little addition slowly. But yeah, Beeper basically has all my messaging from all the different inboxes everywhere. And with that, now my agent has full context of, oh, let's go hang out Saturday at 5 p.m. Or like if I look at my calendar, it's
Oh, very
now
cool.
it's automatically handling my calendar. I have to go to Toronto at 6:30. Okay, you have to travel here, and it's taking care of all of that as well. Like I think I showed this. Like this is how it first started. My calendar started looking when I first started using the agent,
Yeah.
and then okay, I gave it a little bit more responsibility, add a little bit more responsibility, and then now it's like fully handling everything on a week to week basis all on its own, and then it's giving me like a if I go to meetings here, it can be like, hey, what's this meeting important for? Oh, this is good opportunity to showcase what this is for.
Mhm.
This is a first meeting with someone. Come with a clear narrative. It's kind of like that. And or if I go back in history, I can go also look at like what happened
Hey,
here,
go,
things like that.
hey, go cool. Super quick, idea here. The linkage and like the setting a variable and then the variable propagates to other places. There's a tool out there. There's a company called Workiva, and there is a tool called Wdesk that people use for financial reporting, specifically like companies that are public that need SEC filings. And I
Okay.
wonder if there's a use case here where you can kind of like build a spreadsheet version of that and then compete with Workiva. So I just want to throw that out there in
What?
case you want to take a look and we could talk about it.
Yeah. What's Workiva? How do you spell it?
Workiva, yeah, Workiva is the company, and they have tools, a variety of tools. One of them is called Wdesk, the same way you think it'd be spelled, and that's used by IPO readiness professionals and financial reporting professionals, CFOs, etc. Generally for companies going IPO or that have already IPO'd and that need very strict SEC financial reporting compliance. And one of the key things that they have is that you populate a variable, a number, a word, something in one place, and then it propagates throughout like all the various section of the financials. I'm just wondering if
Hmm.
this could probably do the same thing for a lot less, and then another product idea. But anyway, like I don't want to
Yeah.
monopolize too much time here.
No, I think it makes sense. You can do that with not just financial information, but most information. I've seen this online as well, where I mean, this is my personal information, but within a company, you have other information, right? One side it can just be financials, but for let's say you put your entire company information and dump it all and have it wiki-linked, it provides another level of just support as well. Is that what you're meaning?
I think so, yeah. So it's basically like you're updating your 10Q or your 10K, your annual report, your quarterly report for your company that's public, and whatever revenue changed or a statement that management said changed in one spot, and it's got to propagate throughout the financials, the notes, the support. And Workiva makes folks like what I used to do life a lot easier by just propagating that once you populate it in one place, like a variable management dashboard, if you would. And it sounds like this might be able to do that and more. And, as we think about productizing and going to market and selling things to folks, I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
just food
I
for
think,
thought. If you take a look at what Wdesk does, just later, like I don't want to monopolize too much
yeah,
time here, but if you look at it on YouTube, let me know if you think it's replicable or another product
yeah,
idea
for
that,
sure.
we can push.
For sure. I'll take a look at this. It's actually
Awesome.
interesting.
Sorry. Thank you.
For sure.
Oh, sorry. And then one more thing about the org chart with the sub agents or whatever.
Yes.
When Ben and I ran our last task, it spawned sub agents by itself.
Yep.
So I don't even know if we need to like um, build processes for that.
No, but there is something that me and Kaushik were looking at, which is called Paperclip. It's we're trying to create a software factory using Paperclip. It's basically it's an orchestration platform that allows you to connect a bunch of different agents together. But we don't know if it's actually good or not, and we're trying to test this out by actually creating a software factory using agents. And that's the only way we'll be able to find out if it's actually useful. But yeah,
Got
I
Cool.
think that's a good experiment to go through.
Cool. Okay, thank you. I'll
Yeah.
stay quiet here.
But yeah, other than that, same thing. And then all my meetings, yeah, I'll go through. But that's the deep wiki-linked memory. It's kind of why your memory is always going to be, I would say, perfect. But yeah, other than that, we also have a CRM built into the agent. This is powered by DuckDB. So there is no cloud dependency. It's fully on its own platform. And it automatically, this is how it keeps track of all the tasks here. Basically, after every conversation, it tracks tasks, follow-ups, and relationship health. And relationship health is kind of what it's coming down to over, I'm sorry, where is this? Needs attention. So reach out to my cousin, reach out to my friends, reach out to my friend. Like, I haven't talked to these people in a while, so it's reach out to them. These are social connections that you should be probably dealing with. It's kind of what it's like, basically, yeah, still contact detection. And the agent is always on. How we have these, OpenClaw naturally has something called heartbeats, which is the AI checks in every 90 seconds or every 90 minutes. How I have it set up is every 90 minutes, it automatically does calendar screening, email triage, meeting prep, and goes through all my messages and updates everything. So every 90 minutes, this dashboard is fully like written the way it's supposed to be. And yeah, basically now you imagine this for your own business and you set it up, and not just, I set it up for my own personal life, but imagine you take that personal life and you change it to a business's story, a business's context, a business's history, and it changes a lot more. And you really just need, I think right now we're experimenting with just one agent because it can do deal tracking, pipelines, client follow-ups, relationship monitoring. It can basically do a lot of different things in one go.
What is it connected to in your case? Like for the deal tracking, like
It's
to do all of
DuckDB.
this?
It's DuckDB.
Wow. So that manages
DuckDB just,
all of the pipeline management and
yeah.
context. Okay, very cool.
DuckDB is just, I think I stole it from another agent, but yeah. But basically the shift is basically before I had an AI employee, it was basically every morning I would have to check Slack, I would check my email, I would check my calendar, I would check, there's a bunch of different apps you have to check every morning, a bunch of different messages, a bunch of different things you can lose. With this, you just wake up, I have to check my Obsidian, or I just wake up to a text and I know exactly what's coming up today. I know what I have to do. When I used to work in sales, one of my biggest struggle was the CRM. You had to constantly log your emails, interactions. It never used to be actually naturally updated. A CRM is only as useful as the information in it. And when it's automatically updated with an AI, it's just seamless. You get automatic tracking, automatic perfect memory, and yeah, everything at a fraction of the cost. And yeah, I mean, I can help ask any more questions if anyone has anything else.
Yeah, I
Like
think
I can go more into depth. Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, I haven't really started utilizing OpenClaw yet, just because I wanted to get a bit more familiar with Claude Code. I've been enjoying Claude Code quite a lot, and but it's like this seems like the next level.
Yeah. I feel like Claude Code teaches you how to like a little bit of the technical stuff. OpenClaw is more not really coding, it's more for the non-coder. Claude
Okay.
Code might be better for coding people, but if you want if you want to be a founder, like this is basically like a fully autonomous employee is the best. Autonomous as in like it can actually be left on its own to do with whatever it wants.
So, for example, if you're starting with, because I haven't even utilized it yet on my terminal, like what would be the first use case like you would recommend if I were to just
For OpenClaw?
Yeah.
Honestly, just treat it like your regular ChatGPT, start using it. But when you want to start doing things, just ask it to start doing things for you. Like instead of, when it's you're like, oh, I would do this, and you would just start doing it yourself.
Yeah.
Instead of you doing it, like, I guess you would want to keep pushing the agent to see, hey, what can you actually do on your own? And then that's kind of how you learn, okay, if it could do this, I could do something else. And you start building on your
build on
pathway.
that infrastructure. Okay.
Yeah. And a lot of the infrastructure is just like looking through what you find and what's best to set up for your specific agent.
Okay.
I also had a question. I didn't ask you this last time, but are you running your agents on a private network, or are they
Yeah.
like on a Mac Mini, or what are you doing?
I'm running it on a Mac Mini, but it's also on Tailscale. Tailscale is amazing. It's very price friendly. This is also what I do for security as well. So my agent cannot be reached unless it's within my own VPN. and Tailscale creates a private VPN for my agents and
Okay.
all my devices. So I can like perfect, this website. None of you guys can access it except for me because it's on a private network.
Hey, go cool. Another dumb question from probably the least tech savvy guy on this call, but given the memory is essentially almost always perfect, and a lot of enterprises and businesses have data that's confidential, can't be shared, needs to be protected. Is there a way to use that memory to kind of create metadata that is then monetizable for entities? So it's like, let's say like you target healthcare, right? Obviously HIPAA and personal information, super protected. You can't just package it the way it is. But can a pharmaceutical company use this to then analyze, thousands of comorbidities or other things? Is I guess my question. Can you create monetizable metadata as one of like the use cases of the perfect memory?
I mean, if the private information isn't shown on the data, it should be, right?
Right. So I
I
guess
think
if everything
David
is in
might be,
memory,
yeah. Funny
if
enough,
everything is in
David's
memory,
actually in
is it like,
healthcare.
oh,
I feel
interesting.
like,
Yeah, well, David will connect with this, right? I mean, it's like you've got a lot of really, really, sensitive information in the electronic health records and elsewhere. You're handcuffed by HIPAA and other regulations, but then pharma is constantly looking for like comorbidities and other kinds of correlations. And I'm just curious, like, if there's a way to, without compromising the safety confidentiality of that confidential info, there's a way to create metadata to then repackage and sell to companies like that. And that can probably be, something like every health, every doctor, every hospital, every clinic would then be able to, without sharing any of their private data, be able to monetize some of it. Is kind of the quick thought.
just like creating private information, like anonymized private information for healthcare.
Yeah, anonymizing the information, and then more importantly, trying to create, trying to find trends. So it's like, oh, these people who have diabetes tend to also have this, or people who are on this medication tend to, on average, 2.7 years later, blah, 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 right? Those types of insights are super monetizable to a pharmaceutical, but we can't just hand over the patient data. So is there a way, I guess, that, this perfect memory can then repackage it in a confidentiality friendly way, and then we could, sell it. Again, I'm thinking product ideas because of the go-to-market and all those other things.
Yeah, for sure. I think this is something you can do. This is actually something I was looking at. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Grok, but Grokpedia is doing something really similar to what you're explaining. But it's kind of similar to this deep wiki thing, but you can take the entire healthcare data, anonymize it, dump it in here, and ask it to analyze its trends. That's kind of how Grokpedia was set up. It's
Got it.
Elon's
Whenever I have
version
a
of
good idea,
Wikipedia.
somebody's already gotten there like 4 years in advance. Got it.
No, I mean Grokpedia is more like Wikipedia, but this is more like anonymized health data. So
Cool.
but yeah. Was there any other questions, or
That's
there
it
was
for me.
something I wanted to show, which is kind of how like the daily logs work. I think this is something that's really important for each agent, and it's to set up as well. When you set up, like at the end of every day or at the end of every single day, you want to figure out what has actually gone on, what hasn't gone on. So like this is kind of what our calendar looks like. On February 1st, this is what I was doing. On February 9th, this is what I was doing. It's kind of, and this is how it's keeping the perfect memory. So every day it's able to keep up and then add up and then eventually get to a point where, yeah.
Another question, this is more for personal, and giving it full access to, for example, your financial data. Like, how comfortable are you doing that? Because then, there's some use cases around, creating either, an accountant or a personal financial analyst or kind of something like that. So how comfortable are you giving it full access? Because I know Claude Code can connect directly to my bank account, but I haven't given it access to that yet. But
Yeah.
from your point of view, like, how comfortable? What are you showing me
Yeah,
now
I was
here?
actually going to say I was actually going to set it up with accounting for us. I saw it on Zero, just connect it to Zero and do our accounting. But in terms of how comfortable I feel, I'm pretty comfortable giving it access to everything. But like view only access, not actionable access. So like, yeah, it has access to all my inboxes. It has access to all my financials, but it can only view it. It doesn't take action
Okay.
unless I specifically say, go message. And like, that's the key aspect of it's not automatically taking action at any time.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
automatically
So
tracking. It's automatically getting the information. Yeah. But you can actually connect your agent to Zero now. I think Zero is the best one where it just, it can handle your accounting directly.
Okay. So what is Zero? Is it a platform that has access to your bank account or?
I recently got Ven. Ven is a Canadian thing, but Ven is business banking. Ven is connected, has an automatic integration with Zero. Zero is an accounting software.
Okay.
And Zero just does really well with AI stuff. It's AI friendly from what I've read. QBO,
Okay.
not so much, but Zero is more AI friendly.
Okay. Yeah, I would say Claude Code is probably a prerequisite. I mean, but maybe that's my own limitation.
Yeah. I mean, Claude Code is a good way to learn how to talk to agents too.
Yeah. Okay.
And I did make a Discord in case you guys were interested in joining. I was just going to share it because I figured it'd be easier.
And what's the Discord? Just a knowledge sharing?
Knowledge sharing. If I have anything cool I figure out, I'll drop it in there. And if you have any questions, you can. It's just like a community where you can ask yourself questions. You can ask me questions. I'll be happy to respond. I'm just going to start building it, so you might as well. Yeah. Well, that was everything I had. Was there anything else or anything I can show you guys?
I've been looking at this tool called Lithify. I don't know if you've heard of it. You can like set up kind of budgets for your agents and give them virtual credit cards. I don't know if you have a different tool that you recommend for that, but
I was looking at Agent Card instead, or Karma.
okay. Have you tried
I think
anything?
it's agentcard.sh, just to give it a prepaid Visa card and see like with a limit.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I was looking at. Or there was one for identity as well. I wanted like email plus, or I think it's agent mail.
What's this for?
One's for email. Agentmail.tl.
Oh, to set up a
This is
virtual email for it.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So, and it can get direct access from the CLI, so it's really easy for your agent. And I think they're doing a promotion where it's free for a bit, just because if you're a startup, or 3 inboxes are free.
Okay.
So what does this do?
It gives your agent its own specific email address. So it's instead of having access to, right now it does have access to my direct email.
Okay.
But if I wanted it to have its own email, have it like this own live inbox of, let's just say, Gentle Solution, whatever.
Yeah.
And it can go use that email to now go sign up for different things online or get notifications or whatnot. So it can basically act as another human being online.
Crazy.
Yeah. I feel like in the future, a lot of people's jobs can be done by a phone or on a phone. So
What's this Lithify that you were talking about? What does it do?
yeah.
It's like a virtual credit card. So you can say like max it out at like $100 a day, the agent, and it
Okay.
spends from the Lithify credit card. That's what I've understood. I haven't tried it out yet, but
How do you spell it?
Lithify.
So like, but why would you want to do this? Like if you wanted to buy stuff, like what's
I think it
What's-
just like talks to agents really well. This specific platform. But yeah, if you wanted to have like, let's say what was a good use case I saw?
I mean, I think
Like
a
a
good use
marketing
case is
agent.
just, or you can just have your agent sign up to an API and start calling on it on its own.
Yeah, that would be a bit crazy, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Like start building itself its own integrations and just pay for its own whatever it needs.
Yeah. Wow.
see. Oh wow! So you're giving it money to now, if it needs to pay for a certain website or pay for a certain whatever, it can draw from that Lithify.
Mhm.
Exactly. If it wants to pay $20 for this, go for it.
Wow.
Like using this email, sign up for the account using that credit card. But yeah.
Wow, man, this is running like crazy.
Yeah. I mean, the benefit of this one or like whatever these tools, I guess, is you can add more guardrails because traditional credit card companies don't have any of this setups yet.
Well, Izzy, the other thing, you guys know about Ramp, right? Like where, you manage employee travel and expense spend. I wonder if, like, again, just thinking of things to sell to people, but is there a way to kind of connect OpenClaw to this and then create a, better / cheaper, more attractive solution? Again, just question marks, food for thought.
Yeah, I just saw a Ramp released agent cards as
I
well.
saw that too. Yeah. They're doing something
see,
with
I'm
AI
always late.
agents.
Yeah, this is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw this today. I think it was released either yesterday or today.
What are they
Everyone's
charging?
getting
Yeah, it
on
was like-
this.
What does the agentic solution cost, and is it easy to undercut?
I think it's just you're paying for the credit card itself. Like you're just floating money into the card. Yeah, they're treating it as a regular
Yeah.
card. I was looking into it. You can either do it as a prepaid Visa or a loaded card.
Yeah, it's cool. I was reading about the e-commerce use case today. It was like, let's say your stock runs low and you just have someone that sits behind the desk, like a agent that sits behind the desk, sees the stock run low and just purchases more of whatever item is. Like if you're out of like toilet paper, it'll just buy it for you. That's so
No,
cool.
it is
That's going to
pretty
be
cool.
like, yeah, smart fridges. I think smart fridges already know what's in your fridge now. Just imagine giving your fridge a credit card.
I haven't heard of that. Oh, that's a good American use case.
And I think I saw Atoms as well. I think Atoms is a really cool, it's like robotic things, but the founder of Uber is coming up with
This
this.
is interesting.
What's
So it's
Adams?
an Atoms, it's a physical AI business. They're working on like food, transportation, and one other industry. But yeah, it's like physical robots. Like imagine a robot can make 1,000 pancakes or something like that, all using AI.
Hmm.
Kind of interesting what you guys are talking about because, like, back in the day, the thing was Internet of Things, like connect your fridge, you have a camera in there, whatever. And like, even though it's a little bit of a joke, like what you said about giving a fridge a credit card, like humanoid robots are going to come out. I wonder if there's like a money connected Internet of Things. Anyway, just thinking out loud. Sorry.
I think that's what crypto is actually, or that's what the crypto's trying to be at this point with
But
like
then,
Web.
like, can a humanoid robot just like decide that it wants to buy, something at the store for the person that sent it, or like that's kind of the thought, right? Is like some granny buys a $20,000 Tesla bot and is like, I don't know how to use Instacart. Go get my eggs and lettuce or whatever, milk, and it, you load it with some money, or it auto loads with $50 in whatever Bitcoin, Cash, whatever. Anyway, I'm not the tech guy. You guys are. I'm just thinking out loud as like a user of things.
That's pretty cool. Oh, I just heard a sound. I'm not sure if you guys did.
Oh, sorry, that was
Yeah.
me. All right.
I also wanted to see how you're working on some like dating app or something, Goku. How's that going?
That has been interesting. It's transitioned to an everything app now. So not just dating. Like you can meet co-founders, you can meet I think the trouble we're running into right now is we need 1,000 users before we can start matching, and we're stuck at like 250. It's been a month since we launched, so
Okay.
it's not that long, but we kind of wanted to give it at least 1,000 people, so it's not a puddle of people that we're matching within.
What if they're like you just pump it with agents or fake people?
Yeah, but then what happens is we connect like the third part of this, which is where we connect people. It's set up with a video call. Oh, yeah, it's like immediately a video call. It's yeah, it
I
learns.
see.
It's an agent who learns about everything you are. It kind of graphs. So basically, it's similar to this graph. But basically, it graphs you and then finds a dimension and connects you to other people and see. It's like, oh, how close are you guys together here? Then maybe you guys should be together, and then like that.
I think LinkedIn is trying to do some like dating app. The benefit is obviously they've got a bunch of users, and even if like the smallest population wants to adopt, like 0.01%, they've got like hundreds of thousands of users.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'd be curious to take a look.
yeah. I can send you the link,
Thank you.
and yeah, send it here. But then I'll send it to you guys privately as well.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I like the idea of kind of find your people because like you go on LinkedIn messaging people all day, but it's so fake. So there is a layer that's just missing of. I wish there could be some like AI that works for me to find people that are actually interesting or
Yeah.
like not even for work, but people that just match.
Yeah, I mean, for work, there is Bordy. That's kind of what I copied for this.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if you heard of it.
So I've used Bordy, or I tried using it, and I've never gotten a match through it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Have you?
Kaushik told me he's used it and he's met someone, but they weren't really the best like fit.
Yeah, I don't think it's very good.
Okay, that makes a lot
I was
more
gonna
sense.
say if nobody's matching with Ben, then it's a fucking shit out.
But yeah, this is basically what I copied.
Any other use cases that you're testing, Goku?
Yeah, I'm not sure if you were here for this, Ben, but we were looking at perfect opening, but Paperclip. Paperclip is basically it's like a humanless company like orchestration setup for you. So we can set up a bunch of different agents. So one can be OpenClaw, one can be Claude Code, one can be Hermes, the new type of agents that are coming up. And right now we're running a test using Paperclip to see if we can make a software factory. So like if I say I want to create a certain type of feature for a product, I want this whole system to automatically be able to create it and launch it and do all of that. Or if I say Like Proof was a really cool thing I found the other day, which is like an AI first way to edit docs. This is not really that complicated to make, but basically it's a Word doc where if I just share these instructions to my agent, it will now be able to start like editing docs, editing this. It's similar to how Moltbook works in theory, where it's just you take the instructions, you give it to the agent, and you do this. So yeah, you can create new apps. That's kind of what we're trying to do through the Paperclip and like the simple setup. I don't know if that answers your question, Ben.
I'm not sure I really understood where kind of what the use case is at the end of the day for. Is it just your software factory that you're using this for?
Yeah, right now we're just using it as the software factory or ways to get new features, implement new features faster, and take like customer feedback, all of that. But yeah, that it's the best way we found, or we're attempting to see if we can coordinate at least 4 or 5 different agents together using Paper.
And you had mentioned Hermes. What is that now? And what's that in terms of like how is it different between Claude and OpenClaw?
Yeah, Hermes is another open source agent that was released by New Research. It's similar. It's basically similar in style to OpenClaw, but this is a little bit different in the sense that every time you have a skill, it creates like a composable skill, and every time it learns from that skill and gets better. So basically,
have you tried?
As opposed to OpenClaw, which doesn't do that?
OpenClaw does not. You have to, OpenClaw doesn't get better with each skill. It's kind of something you have to set up. You set up the skill and it goes. For they have their own, they have their agent, they have a...
So how can we then leverage skills that then OpenClaw can learn from continuously like Hermes does?
Yeah, I was trying to see one of the things where you can act logs. Every time your agent runs a skill, it tells you what went well, what didn't go well, and then at the end of the day, it's kind of like the whole system of logging what goes well, what doesn't go well, and then at the end of the week, you fix it up. That's one way to do it. It's similar to what is happening with Hermes as well, but it's just a built-in system.
So is there a way to integrate Hermes then into like your Discord, your Slack, WhatsApp?
Yeah, Hermes is that's kind of what we're looking at too, like merging Hermes with, because it's just code. You can kind of just talk to Claude Code, see what are the differences between the agents. How can you actually take some of the features that you want and implement it to your own agent?
Yeah, the reason I'm asking is like, okay, we've implemented we've implemented OpenClaw, we're using it, and then now, like, let's say Hermes is better. What is the amount of effort required to then have the same functionality as OpenClaw, but then now with the extra benefit of relearning skills or learning from your skills?
It's nothing right now. Like OpenClaw is just an agent harness. You can switch that harness over to Hermes anytime.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, it's really like you can switch it up anytime. It's not like hard lock-ins or anything.
Okay.
Is there a way to use that? I'm sorry if I'm switching subjects here, but that Meet Your People like dating app turned into Meet all kinds of people.
Yes.
I'd love, because one of the things that Ben and I were doing is we were pumping out, using OpenClaw, we were pumping out a list of potential prospects to hit up for sell and buy side M&A services. I'm wondering, so obviously OpenClaw is doing it the way that it's doing it, but I'm wondering if there's a way to like hook this Meet Your People app up to the OpenClaw and better qualify potential top of funnel for us.
Like, yeah, I mean, I'm doing that right now with my agent.
I'd love to experiment together if that's already happening.
Yeah, for sure. I have an OpenClaw agent that's basically being the admin of this app, and I think that's similar to what you're looking for.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, OpenClaw, like the current OpenClaw tool that we're using, which is great, needs work, but is great, is finding folks, and it's qualifying it using what it knows and general knowledge. I'm just wondering if there's a way to fine tune that filter so that whatever the tokens, the $10 Claude runs, whatever, like it doesn't have to be mega efficient, but what I'm looking for is effectiveness, best possible match, so that when we hop on that phone with them or that Zoom with them, there's a higher probability of closing and the funnel is tighter and better. So that's just what I'm thinking about. Again, I'm not super technical. Just let me know what's possible or not, and I'm happy to help experiment with real life use cases.
Yeah, and I guess another thing I just want to it might be relevant for you as well is skill graphs. It's like you dynamically show what's necessary to the agent. So kind of like this knowledge graph. I think for your skills, it's really complicated and really deep. It might help if like you separate it out into a bunch. We can talk about this after.
Yeah,
But
let's talk
it's
about
called
it
a skill
separate. I don't
graph.
want to monopolize time.
Yeah, I guess it's called a skill graph, but yeah, we can set that
Got
up.
it. Yeah. Thank you, Gokul.
Yep, no worries.
What's skill graph for? Sorry, that was actually
Yeah.
interesting to me as well.
I guess I'll just go through what a skill graph is. I found this on Twitter the other day, but there's a bunch of, it's basically skill MD files are like,
Yeah,
it's the
like
skill file,
clubs.
right? Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And this is basically like, okay, like the linked files all over again. Let's see, all the linked files. So instead of the skill, it would be like skill MD file. It'll be somewhat of an opening, and then it would say, based on this, go through this, and then you click it and you find another. Like, so it's not, you're not disclosing the full skill at the same time and telling it to do 100 different things. It's like, okay, first do this, and then once you do this, go here and do that. So it just
Do you
makes
mind
it a lot.
sharing your screen? It's really small.
Sharing my screen.
It's really small again. Yeah, there you go.
Is this better? Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
okay. So this is the skill.
This isn't just. I don't have skill graphs. I'm not sure if I do actually. I tried to do it. I do. Okay.
So what's the benefit of a skill graph then beyond?
Yeah, I set
just
this up a
an
while
MD file?
ago for something called modular skills. Because I found that like almost all the skills kind of needed the same thing. So we broke it down a while back and we turned it into like passive, which is perfect recall. It always remembers exactly what's necessary. For reasoning, it decomposes the actual question or whatever I'm asking. There's synthesis where it synthesizes everything, basically the same thing. But these are micro skills I had at one point. Okay. But yeah, I'm not sure if I finished. I don't think I finished doing this, which is why it's only in a daily log. But yeah, this is what I was trying to do at that time.
Cool. And your agent was just doing this like through Discord or okay.
I was trying to set this up with my agent, so yeah, like
Did you just
setting up
prompt your agent? Like
Yeah.
set up modular skills for me
or yeah, it was more like, hey, let's go through everything we've done together for the past whatever, past since I've had you. Let's come up with the most important skills that you think are necessary for you to perform better. And it would come up with a bunch of skills, and I'm like, okay, but a bunch of them are kind of repetitive. So can we have modular skills where each one is kind of isolated and has its own reason for having the skill? And then that's kind of how we broke it down and got this.
Very cool.
So each one is,
No, sorry. Please finish your thought.
no, I was going to say each one is completely unique and separate. So there's like there's no way it can like get confused between which one is which.
My dumb question was going to be, is there any difference in efficiency, effectiveness, like in terms of having an agent that knows all of the different skills versus again, I'm thinking about sub agents that the main agent spawns, right? Like having sub agents that do a specific thing, and I guess they have that specific skill versus like having one agent that has all of the skills, or maybe the one agent that has all the skills knows how to oversee the agents that have the sub agents that have specific skills and knows how to review its work. Like, what's the most efficient, effective setup there, just as we continue to use this?
Yeah, your primary agent should be an orchestrator, so it shouldn't be really doing anything. It should, when it's doing stuff, it should be coming out of sub agents, and sub agents should be using the skills.
And then from a quality control perspective, though, right? I mean, obviously, we're going to get the human in the loop. I just want as much quality as possible before the human jumps in, because that's very expensive. So, the orchestrator, is there a benefit to that orchestrator having all of the skills, knowing everything that every sub-agent knows how to do so that it can then quality control and review it? So it's not just like a manager that assigns stuff and it's like, all right, good luck. It also reviews, gives feedback, and allows for a reiteration, and then gives it to the human. Is that reasonable, possible, good?
Like, the only issue you're going to run into there is sub-agents are kind of temporary. So once they finish their sub-agent task, they kind of die off.
Is there a way to not let them die off?
I would have to look into that, or see if there's another workaround where the agent would just spawn another sub-agent when it needs to reiterate.
Okay. Yeah, just food for thought, because again, like, we've got some pretty repetitive workflows here, and I don't mind jumping in, and I'm sure Ben and team don't mind jumping in and reviewing stuff. I just want to maximize what the humans on the team are doing. So if there's a way to A, keep the sub-agents after we've spent time building them and perfecting them, and B, have an orchestrator that not only assigns, but also provides feedback, that would be very helpful.
Okay. The other thing you want to be careful about is like I guess a lot of people have thought every skill in the world or too many skills are amazing, and they just kind of dump their agent with skills. You kind of want to give your agent only the necessary skills it needs. It's like context float when there's just
Got
a
it.
bunch of files. But yeah,
Okay.
that's one thing you want to watch
Well,
for.
got it. And Ben, keep me honest if I'm saying something that's stupid and I'm not realizing it. But I think like the main objective here is just to minimize human in the loop time and increase effectiveness. So if there's a way to maintain like the sub agents, and if there's a way to maybe not overload but give just enough to, or maybe I don't know if there's multiple levels, right? Maybe there's an orchestrator that manages 3 different agents. One knows finance, the other knows Dex, the other knows how to pull universes, and then each of those 3 now have like 3 sub agents that are doing their own thing. I don't know what the best setup is, but it would just be good to have like a permanent or more permanent infrastructure.
Yeah, or I was thinking for your case, because I think your skills are really complicated, it might be better to break down the skills. That might be where the issue might be coming from. I'm not sure if there is an issue or
the way I was thinking about it, and we can take this offline to our more focused discussion. Essentially, each agent has its own skill, and it's just focusing on that specific task for that specific skill.
Okay.
And then to your point, the orchestrator is pretty much the manager of all the sub-agents and kind of dictating based on the task, which sub-agent to use and then their expertise in that sub-agent.
Ben, and I know that we want to, like, I'm sorry if I'm monopolizing time, tell me, I'll shut up. But like, but then okay, it orchestrates, the thing does the thing, it produces something, and now you and I or one of our team members need to jump in and review. Like, is there a way to get a level of QC in there that it gives itself feedback, or some other agent gives the agent feedback?
Yeah,
I think that's where Hermes comes in, right?
Hermes can come in for that, or skill. It's more so for skills. If your skills are not performing the best, it'll make it better over time and make it better. But yeah, yes.
Anyway, let's take it, like, I guess,
Yeah.
to Ben's point, let's take it offline. I don't want to, kill time for Izzy and David here.
Not sure if anyone else has any other questions, though. I'm happy to answer questions.
What else have you seen others do in terms of use cases that I guess we haven't covered, or what could be possible? Honestly,
I don't think use cases are just, I would say, up to your own creativity and what you would trust with, because it has a computer and it's able to do anything. I think even when I mentioned give your agent an external API to connect with and give it a credit card and just have it like fully onboard itself into a different, connect your program with another API. That's something the agent can do on its own. Like there's things like that. It can do accounting. Anything it can do on a computer is kind of, it can do right now. It's more so just making sure it's accurate and building the right skills around it and has the information to track. That's, I think, the MD files and the knowledge graph and the monitoring of that.
I have a question. And what would be the best, like why use, for example, Notion or Obsidian? Like, is it just a place to kind of keep all your files like intact, or like a place that you can view everything? Like, what's the advantage of using Obsidian or Notion?
So before, I was honestly an Obsidian hater or a Notion hater before, like a couple of days ago. Like I didn't really find out why Obsidian was nice. But Obsidian I find is really nice because it gives me a way. Before this, my agent used to be a black box. I didn't know what, like, I can talk to my agent, I can see what it's doing, I can talk to it, I can ask it stuff, but I really wouldn't be able to see why is it saying this information? Why, like, if it's telling me that this person is a co-founder, even though they're not, I need to know why, right? And now I'm able to actually, okay, let's go click into this. What is all of the work? I can go in, manually audit my agent. I can, like, we can have a dynamic UI layer that we're working together on. It's just a way, like, Obsidian is the best MD file manager that exists, and your agent just runs on MD files. So like the natural synergy is kind of really high. Notion I wouldn't really recommend because they make you pay a lot for their AI, or not their AI features, to connect to their platform. And it's not really,
and it gets super slow. Notion, like the more files you add, at some point, like it just starts crashing and you can't even get in. I don't know if Obsidian is the same, but
I feel like I've had 1,000 different files on Obsidian. And it's working.
Okay, nice. Interesting. And is it per agent? I didn't really see your organization, but because like one agent could have like 20 different MD files. So how does it?
Right now, I only have one file, one agent showing. I haven't connected the connections agent to Obsidian. I don't really plan to.
But yeah.
So you just have one agent right now that's in Obsidian.
Yeah, I think one agent is more than good enough. I
Okay.
think the paperclip and that kind of like those other features are where it makes it worth it to have multi agents, or you end up with more middle management, where you end up managing. Am I
You're
echoing?
echoing a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why that is.
I'm hearing everyone echo.
Hello? Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay,
That's better.
much better.
That's
Yeah,
much
I
better.
forgot where I was. Oh yeah, Paperclip is the best time, or like what I found having multiple agents, I found that I was spending more time managing all the different agents than. Okay, something's echoing.
Yeah. Work? Yeah. I work with indigenous peoples. I work as a nurse, and I'm in the same Hermes Gokul that's in you. Okay. Yeah, I can see. It's getting pretty deep. Every time I hop on, sorry, I don't know why.
You can't tell why it's echoing
No.
either.
Yeah, every time I talk to Gokul, it moved like 30 steps already. I feel like I have to keep up pace here. I'm still on Claude Code, but OpenClaw seems like the new wave. Do you use OpenClaw regularly? Like just for your daily life? Okay. Yeah, I would like to walk me. We can do a what's it called? A setup of OpenClaw because I'm still more comfortable with Claude Code than anything. And I'm more using it now for like my personal life, and I'm just adding more and more skills and giving it more and more autonomy. But I would need some support with OpenClaw because it seems like it's full autonomous.
Honestly, the feeling is nice once you start using it too, like the autonomous agent feeling.
I mean, once we get on it, like we won't be able to go back.
Yeah, like I mean, you'd still use Claude Code. Don't get me wrong, but like you really wouldn't be able. Like your entire tech stack would change.
Okay.
Yeah, great having you guys, and
Nice meeting you. Bye, guys. All right. Thanks, Gokul. It's crazy. This is crazy.
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
And is
did you find it helpful?
Yeah, it's super helpful. I think that, since you told me to use Claude Code, because I followed your path and I've been using Claude Code ever since you told me to, and I've been really enjoying it.
How do you like? Yeah.
I've been really, really enjoying it. And I think it's been super helpful just to like help me with my nursing workflow, like my work life, like my calendar. So I think since you're saying use OpenClaw, like I was happy to use Claude Code. So I think I'm going to trust you and move on to the next phase. But whenever you do maybe a setup, maybe, I don't know, I would like to be on that call.
Yeah.
And you're
I mean,
doing
I
this
think-
every Sunday?
Yeah, maybe we just do next Sunday as a setup day.
Yeah, like if that's gonna be, I hope, because we don't have internet right now in the community for some reason. So that's why I'm at the police station. So like if next Sundays, I'll definitely find a way to be on the call. And is it usually the same time? Like
Yeah.
yeah? Okay. Yeah, like if you are gonna do a setup day and where I can just start tinkering it with a little bit instead of going full in, I'm happy. I'm gonna be on that call for sure. Okay. All right.
Right.
Thanks a lot, Gokul, and thanks for all that you do for us. It's much appreciated.
No, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
You're giving me.
anytime.
All right.
All right. Talk soon, man.